Hello, so as you could see, exercise number 1 does ask us to create an elbow plot or run the KMs being for the dog data. So we need to start off by making an elbow plot for the dog data above and then rerun it with the KMs in analysis with the optimal K that we find. And then above, the defined elbow plot is already defined for us. So all we have to do is feed it in which data frame we're using. In this case, like I said, the dog data, and then we use the norm, and then which two attributes we're looking at. And we also did specify that we're doing a max of k equal to 10, so we're not going to look for an optimal k larger than 10. So if we scroll down to our elbow plot here, we see that it is about 4. This is the way I see it. So then down here we specify that we want 4 clusters. So we're going to run the k-means with the optimal k. So that's what we do right here with the 4 clusters. We specify that we want it to be fit to the dog data once again. And then use the proper labels. And then with this, just to create a visualization as well, or to see how, now that we did 3 clusters instead of 4 like we had previously done, how the dogs are separated. So now we have these 4 groups. As you could see, this seems to be like very small dogs. These are very large dogs, and these are very big dogs. I'm assuming these are probably taller dogs, and these are bigger dogs in weights, but probably smaller in height. And then for exercise number 2, we're asked to run a hierarchical analysis for the iris data set. So first, we import the tools, and then we do it so that it takes into consideration the iris data set, so that data frame. And then once we go ahead, we see these associations that is a little bit hard to read. So we look at the iris name, so we know that there's an association between the Statosa versus like the 8, which we can't say at this point, but just so we get the names of what all of these rows represent. And then for the plot, this is what we got. It's not too pretty, I think, because there is just a lot of data in this set versus what we were looking at did not have that very many. So yeah, this would be our plot for the hierarchical. And we do see that we feed it in the data frame. Then we're asking it for the labels to be the iris data index. And then we're just, the figure show is showing us that